We've got the care needs, we've got the income, and then we have the resources. Now here's the good news. The well spouse, they don't care about the income for the well spouse. So if Karen was making $3,000 a month, we'd have to do the income cap trust. But if you were making $8,000 a month, they don't care. Let's look at some care costs, and we'll get into a little bit of the planning and the 5-year look back period. So what do care costs look like in Central Oregon? So I start at $3,500. You can start lower than that. You can get into foster care for $2,900, $3,000. That's possible, and you get good care there. But what we find is after about 90 days, there's an adjustment that goes on, because then they find out that there's a little bit more care that's needed. The price kind of goes up. As the care goes up, the price goes up. And so I start at a minimum of about $3,500. Anything under that is awesome. And we have people that are paying $2,800, $2,900 right now, getting in and starting the care, and that's great. And you can do that. $4,500. That's going to be a regular care requirement. They need to be in assisted living. They need the care, people coming in and out, taking care of them. $5,500 to $6,500. That's some pretty serious care, but short of memory care. Okay. If you get to the point where it's straight on memory care, then you're going to be in the $7,500 and over range. And we have one spouse that was just put into memory care at an introductory rate of $7,200 this week. And so that gives you an idea of what those numbers look like. These numbers, $3,500 to about $5,500, that's kind of the standard. You could go months paying that. Here's the thing. The statistics show us in Central Oregon that, yeah, you could go along for a number of years. Most people are not in assisted living or even foster care for more than 7 years. We use that as a max. So if you were going to calculate, what's the dire circumstances on what I might have to spend, you can just take this yearly. If it's $3,500 times 12 months, $42,000 a year, you could multiply that times 7, and that would tell you what you would likely pay in that 7-year period. Here's the thing. When you jump from these lower figures to this figure down here, the $7,500, the memory care, that 7 years shortens up to 2 years or less. So you're not, generally speaking, families are not getting hit with this figure for very long. And we kind of keep track on our cases on how long folks last when they're in that very serious care like that. It's less than 24 months most of the time. So that gives you an idea that the likelihood of spending these numbers for 7 years, highly unlikely. You're probably going to be in these lighter numbers if it goes that long.